Hey guys, welcome to Strike Engine TV. If you haven't subscribed already, please do us a favor, click that button in the bottom right hand corner, subscribe to the channel if you like these type of videos. Hey guys, so this video, sport dampers, should you use them with lowering springs, with sport springs? Let's get the big question out of the way first of all. What do the lowering spring, what do the sport spring manufacturers say about their springs? What do they say you should use the springs with? Well, obviously go onto their catalog, see what the technical guidance is for the springs that you're looking at. h-r.com, and this is the German website. Just scroll to the bottom. I like to use the electronic parts catalog. So this will bring you up all the makes and models. So let's use this BMW E36 Coupe as an example. Coupe. And we'll go to the 325, the Federn. If you want to change this to English, top right there's a drop down arrow, and then just select English from there. So we'll just select 325 again. Sports performance springs, suspension kit, we want coil springs, and then we've got the first one, which is a big lowering, 60mm on the front, 30mm on the rear. So if we just click on that, and then we get the all the information about the kit, then how much lower in front axle, the years of the car from 92 until 1298, rah. But at the top you've got additional information. Click that and it brings up your tech information, and it says for this car, for these vehicles, we recommend the use of sports dampers because this car is very low. It gives other things as well, but this is what it should say, at least on the H&R website, when you need to use sport springs. So if we use a different kit which has got 40mm lowering, the one below it, and we click on additional information again, and it doesn't say anything about the dampers. So if you want to check the tech guidelines for the springs that you're looking at, that's how you do it. But I would say, in my experience, most of the springs from H&R and Ibach are designed to be used with the car's original dampers. That's not to say you can't use them with sports shocks, sports dampers, but you don't have to if you don't want to. So should you use sports dampers? This is going to come down to where you live and the type of roads that you drive on every day, and also what you're prepared to put up with. On a racetrack, I think I'm right in saying that the harder that you can go with the suspension, the more cornering force you're able to generate in the car. So for a racetrack, harder is better, up to a certain point, depending on the track itself, if you need to use curbs, if the track is bumpy, etc, etc. General rule of thumb, the harder the better for a track. For the road, from my point of view, the cornering force does not come into it. The top priority with a road car, at least in my opinion, again, is what is the maximum uncomfortability that you're prepared to put up with as a driver. So when you come at it from the comfort point of view, I would say that on bumpy roads, especially if the roads where you are not so great, take for example England, Wales, Scotland, probably the best roads in the country are probably going to be your A and B roads. One, because they are deserted, and second of all, less worry about exceeding the speed limit, and also, let's just be honest, less worries about speed cameras on the smaller roads. And these roads will also tend to be the bumpiest roads that there are. So you've got, on the one hand, you've got the best roads, they're quiet, they are deserted, they're probably going in isolated places. Generally, they're just a nice road to drive. But on the other hand, they're probably the poorest surfaced roads in the country as well. So to take advantage of the best roads, you also need compliant suspension, and in my opinion, that means lowering springs, sport springs with the original dampers. So in my opinion, you know, again, going from England, my experience of England, Wales, I would say lowering springs with original dampers. Looking at Greece,
for sure, at least in northern Greece, the roads are not very good. So I would say across the ground, the faster option is going to be lowering springs with the original dampers, just because the car's more compliant, the wheel is going to be spending more time in contact with the road, and you're not going to have to be worrying about the car getting bumped offline and what have you. So basically that's the video. Do you need sport springs? Should you fit them? You don't need them. And if the roads where you are bumpy, or the roads, your favorite roads are quite bumpy, then I would say you're probably going to get more enjoyment and more speed with the original dampers. Having said that, if you go to Germany, my experience of Germany is Bavaria basically. The country roads there are billiard table smooth. I don't really see a compliant suspension is not really going to be necessary generally. Even the small roads there are billiard table smooth. So in those circumstances, I would say go knock yourself out, get the lowering springs with the sports dampers, and it's not really going to compromise your across the land pace. And the comfort's not really going to be an issue either, because the roads are so smooth. So going back to what I said at the start of the video, it really depends on where you are. If your favorite roads are bumpy, then, you know, get the most compliant setup possible with the most roll resistance, i.e. lowering springs and the car's original dampers. If the roads where you are fantastic, they're nice and smooth, then, you know, by all means go for the sport dampers. They are going to give you that extra bit of roll resistance, which is going to give you the extra cornering forces that you need. But, you know, if you have the stiffer suspension on the bumpy roads, you know, the car's going to be more deflected with the sport shocks, and arguably it's going to be slower. So that's it, guys. As always with cars and modifications, there's not one right answer. It depends what you're prepared to put up with, and also depends where you drive and the road surfaces that you're looking at. Hopefully it serves some purpose if you're wondering if you should fit sport shocks with your lowering springs, if you have to do it, and if you don't have to do it, should you do it. That's the video, guys. As always, thank you very much for watching. If you don't mind, I'd really like to get the subscriber count up. You can see that I don't have many subscribers at all at the moment. I'd like to get it, you know, to that 1,000 plus as a first step. So, you know, if you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button. Look after yourself, and I'll see you again next time. Call me again.